Hey, it's Sizzling Popcorn, and thanks a lot for watching this video. I'm going to show you the assembly of my brand new WinWing F-16EX throttle and stick. On the stick, I've got the shaker that I've installed, and then on the Orion2 HOTAS, so the throttle, that's where we've got the F-16EX with the back plate. So just to give you a glimpse before watching the rest of this, the instructions were it's like IKEA. It's all images, and then there might be a couple of bullet points, and then those bullet points are in broken English. There was a couple of quirks, so you might want to watch part and then just listen to hear what I've got to say about the quirk, because there are a few instances where my GoPro, my head cam, wasn't in the right direction or spot, so I might be talking about something, showing you something, but you don't see it. It's just slightly below the screen, but apologize for that. And what I'll also do is I'll timestamp the major sections so that you can go through whether you have it or not. That way you can see the assembly. And then if you have any questions about assembly, let me know in the comment section below, and I'd be glad to answer. Just a quick review of the assembly. It was pretty much straightforward. Shaker was a little, I would say, like, I didn't have much difficulty, but like just a little bit. I'm not a handyman, so like, and I've actually built everything, so everything's good. But the major pain is the adjustments when it comes to the throttle and the back plates, and getting the roller aligned to that plate. But thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy, and watch as much as you need, or watch the whole thing if you want. And again, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Thanks a lot. Hey, it's Sizzling Popcorn. In this video, we're going to assemble the F-16 throttle. We're going to put the shaker and the EX, or the X part to the EX of the WinWing F-16 throttle. So we're going to put this together, then we're going to add that into the base, and then we're going to work on the throttle, put that together, and that base with the Orion2 throttle base. So let's get started with getting the shaker on. So what we've got to do here is they give us some small little tools here, and what we've got to do is we've got to take these two screws out according to the instructions. All right, let's get this. All right, so that one's loose, the other one, and that's just the button on the back side that's just pressing. And what they've done is they've given us some longer screws, because it's gonna need to be longer in order to fit through the shaker part and this. And yeah, finally getting it here. It's now coming out. Just had to put a little elbow grease into it, and there we go. Oh, it's a bigger one. All right. So that, now what we're gonna do is, so we're taking out the two screws. Use a piler to remove the screw. I think it means plier, but insert the plug. Insert the plug is going to be right here. So we're going to insert this plug right in there. And I want to make sure that I've got it correct. Okay, so I got the three prongs on the bottom side. Gotta be careful with this. You don't want to bend anything. I think that's what they were talking about. Oh, and they actually give you a spare part. Actually, a couple of the spare parts, just in case. Sweet, because you wouldn't want to. You definitely wouldn't want to ship this back all the way to China, or just to get it reworked. Oh yeah, because it's on like this, so that's going in there. All right, so I've been able to get it. This little 3-prong female in. That's good. I had originally unscrewed this, but it wasn't that, because then I was like, what? It's not fitting properly. So I then took out, because this is a longer screw. So these two here are these little tiny screws, so that's fine. Now what we've got to do is set this on, and we're going to line up the 2 screw holes. We've got our 2 screws right here, and like I said, we've got a couple of cables, additional cables, in case we needed to replace them. Hopefully never. Right, so let's get that. And that should fit right there. So you're gonna want to screw these in. And it actually says there on the sticker in Chinese, tight but not too tight. Too tight can damage the product, so you don't want to do that. So and that's what it looks like. I'd like to get that wire pushed back a little bit, because you can see right here, you can see a little bit of red. It should be fine. And yeah, it's not moving, so that's good. Man, there's so many buttons. I've never had this many buttons on a control before, but yeah, it's crazy. All right, so now we're going to put the PS2 cord into the base. You don't want to when you tighten this up, you don't want to be twisting the stick. There's a lot of room here. You can't see what you're doing. All right. Looks like it's it. And then after this, it's pretty much tightening this base. All right, so the last thing we got to do is just put the plate on the bottom of the base, so we can get there should be 4 screws here. There's also the suction cups. I'm not going to use the suction cups to start off with. I'm just going to try just with the plate alone, just because I change up my setup quite often, and it's also my, well, actually this is my business my office desk now. So, but I switched from GA to airliner to fighter jets. So I will. There's that. What is this? Hollow. It's a hollow screw. It's something, because there's another one in here. All right, let's put that aside. And then all you've got to do is just line these up and screw them in. I put it at the wrong side. You got WinWing here, but really, WinWing should be in the back. But that's really, to me, it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to be looking at WinWing all the time. So, yeah, this is great. So you got the switches there. Now we're gonna have to calibrate this to make sure it completely works, and then you've got some more buttons back there. All right, now we're on to the throttle. All right, let's get on to that. All right, so now we're going to work on the F-16 throttle, getting the handle onto the Orion2. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to move the wires to the side, and then these two things, we're going to split them off. One is at the right side's at off, and then the left side is at max afterburner, and that's set good. Then we can come, and then we're going to put these screws in. So we're gonna fill up these three. So this one, and this one. Actually, it's like this. Just loosen it up just slightly so I can get the next one set correctly. Okay. There we go. Then we'll get our last one in over here. That should be able to get it. And we can tighten this up completely because we're going to be putting in the other side in just a moment. So that's nicely snug. Now we're going to bring this up. We're going to get the left side now attached. So we're going to put this screw, this longer screw, right through. And actually, we've got to put, we got to put a little washer on this side. So that goes right through. And then we've got a washer. Then, I don't know what you call these things. I'm not the handyman. But that's gonna come in right after, and then you get this nut. Nut's gonna be on the outside. So we're gonna turn this around. Don't want this to fall back or move around a lot, but put that in there. Put the lock. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like a lock. And put the nut. And really, if you don't have any tools, the tools that they give you are exactly fine. They're good enough. They've given you a little wrench, like it's not much, but hey, at least they gave you something. And yeah, we can actually, I'll tighten that up. All right, so that's tight. Now look at motion. Yeah, nice and smooth. All right, so now we've got the wiring. So this was just clamped in there. You just take it out. We bring the right side. So this is the wire coming from the handle, and we're going to put this together. Is there like a groove? Yeah, there is a groove. There's a groove right here, right over here where my thumb is, and then right over there where my thumb is. So we'll put those two grooves, put the groove together, and then tighten that up. Once that's tightened up, we can put it right back where it came from. That's good. And then the left side actually doesn't hook on to anything, but I am wondering where the cap is. There's no cap for this, and as you can see here, actually no, that's not going to come off, so that's fine. We're fine like that. Just clamp it onto the left side. Actually, bring it, push it in a little bit, and just get it a little bit lower. It's because if I went a little higher, it would be hitting the other wire. It's not the wires aren't interfering with anything, so that is great. Great. Let's put the rail together. So we got 2 rails to do for each side. According to the instructions, so we're gonna have to bring it in like this, and it actually doesn't matter which side, whether it's like this or you flip it around, but we gotta, this is what it's gonna look like in the end. So what we gotta do is we gotta undo the screws, get the bolts into the groove, and then re-screw everything up and tighten things up. Put that in there, and I get the other one. So we want to try and get it so they fit right in. Tighten that up. That one's good, and this one is good. But yeah, now that we've got it attached to the bolts, we want to get it flush right to the end, and we can tighten that up. Now we're going to do the same thing with the top ones, so just get the bolts off. You can use your little Allen key to help direct it. And we'll move this one a little bit over. It should be right on. Yeah, then we can move that right in and have it flush. And then what we're going to do is we'll do the same thing with the other rail. So exactly the same thing. All right, so we've got this piece to put on, the back plates. So we've got 4 screws that are already come with the lock, the washer, and a nut. So we can take off the nut, put it through, but you just want to put it through to just on the tip, really very loose, because then it's going to go through the groove. And that's the same thing with these. You don't have to take the whole nut off. You can go right down to like the last thread, and that should be fine, because that's what I did on the second one. The first one I took them all off, I wasn't sure, and then I realized, hey, I can do this. But yeah, you can't you have to take off the nuts to get it through the hole, but once it's in, just got to put it on the last thread, and it should be fine. And that's how pretty much the rest of the assembly is going to go. Yeah, because if you take the whole nut, it's not going to work if you tighten it all the way. And all right, so that should be good. So yeah, it's got to be really pretty much right on the last thread, because or else it does not fit. You also got to position the nut in a way that that should be fine. Yeah. So now that it's on, I can tighten it up. Just want to get it flush to the top, and then we'll do the other side here. And there we go, and get that flush over here. All right, so there we go. It's slightly loose, but we'll definitely tighten things up once we got it all mounted together, because you don't want when we then hook this in, we might have to make some adjustments, so don't tighten it up too tight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our screws down on the bottom here, which will end up going into the groove that's on the bottom. And that's why you've got to make sure that you've got the bottom groove is on the inside rather than the outside. Don't make both sides the same, because if that's the case, then you're gonna have two pieces like this. So that will be on the outside. You don't want that. So on to this next part. We want to have there's 3 holes here. You don't want anything in this hole. You want it over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the washer on. And then we'll put a nut. You don't want to tighten it, because it's got to go again through that groove. And it's going to be a little tight, snug to put her on there. Just watch out for the throttle. You don't want it to be flopping all over the place. And I think this is like an extension, or like for more mounting that you can do for other things. Yeah, got it. All right, so that one's done. Number 2. Then you'll do the same thing on the other side. That's good. The other side. So once we finish this side, then we'll put it through, and then we'll flip it over to tighten things up. All right. So while holding the bottom and pushing the screws up, we're gonna move the brace over and get those screws in. Probably have to go back and forth here. Yeah, we're good there. Good there. Bring it all the way in. All right, so now we're going to screw the bottom, tighten that up. We just want to have this all flushed up. The back's going to stick out because obviously that little wheel's going to have to go under here. So let's tighten this up, because I know that I'm not going to be moving it back and forth. But these are still loose, and we'll have to adjust up here according to that little wheel. So I got one done, and then the second one is tight. Just want to double check that first one. Yeah, that's tight. Now what I'll want to do is bring that to the other side. And what we'll do here is we'll flip that around, and we'll get these 2 in. Might actually have to lift this. Yeah, gonna have to lift it up a little bit. Just so that that wheel can come in. Still not in. Yeah, there we go. So put that like that. Number 3's done. And number 4. While we're here, we might as well put, we actually have some extras, but put 4 of these little stickers on the bottom, and that's pretty much because this is it's like some kind of a metal plate, and so that it doesn't scratch anything. So we'll put those on. If you want to put the suction cups would actually have to yeah, the suction cups would be here, these 2 holes, and then the other on the bottom. But I'm gonna see. I don't think I'm gonna need the suction cups on this. And the other thing is because I move it, and what I find with the suction cups is that it's gonna be it's gonna make it uneven. I don't know about what these stickers should be fine. Like they're more so of like a little bit of padding. All right, that I like. This is coming out, and so is this supposed to really be up that high? I don't know. Well, I'll have to take a look, because you can't go much higher than that. All right, let's I'll figure this out and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just trying to make some adjustments here. Going from idle to mill, that's fine. Going from the afterburners to max afterburner, that's somewhat fine. But it's when I come back to idle, here you've got the throttle is touching it and is actually pushing it back. So I'm going to make some adjustments to push this back just slightly, so that so you got to loosen these up. But I've looked on online. There's some videos that's showing the assembly, but their pieces are slightly different than what I've had, because they don't have this two groove piece. It's actually a shorter piece. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah. So now I'll want to push this back ever so slightly, because at the same time I don't want my regular to yeah, because you see now it's too much, so I might have to pull it back here but push it back in. Yeah, this is a lot better. We'll try with this. Tighten this back up. All right. Now on the other side. And the thing with this assembly, it's not about getting everything all nice and neatly leveled up. it's not going to be like that. Yeah, you can get it pretty much like even, but okay. So I off to idle, and then idle. It's still actually it's still not really rolling, and it's somewhat pushing too. So I might have to, and like, yeah, when you're doing this, there's going to be a couple of adjustments you're going to have to make. Yeah, it's going to be a head banger, but once you got it, you got it. There's actually a video online that it goes from a F-16 to a F-18 and then back to an F-16 all in 10 minutes. So 5 minutes to switch out, 5 minutes to switch back. And I'm like, what? Like, and he's completely fine with his with this and the adjustments. So I don't understand that, but it looks all nice. But I think what I'll end up doing is I'll just buy another Orion2 and get a F-15EX, so that when I'm flying other things that I don't want to fly with this, I would fly rather than swapping in and out, because I think that's going to be just a headbanger. But the other thing is once you got this set up, it's like there's really not much movement, even though if you're swapping in and out, you're going to keep the some of the bracing here. So you'd actually like take off these two on each side and then just take that off, and then you'd have that there, and it wouldn't be in the way of the throttle. Let's see if we can move this up. And it's like to look at someone else's, especially when they don't have the same exact pieces that you do, it makes it tough. And I might like it one way, or I might be fine with it one way. You might not like it that way. Yeah, so yeah, it's still rolling. Okay. I think what I'll do here is move this in. And then I can move it in just slightly. And you don't want to be stripping your bolts. What's this like? That smell, idle. There. I think we're good. I'm gonna leave it like that and work with this. If I have to make any more adjustments, yeah, just come back and don't be afraid of the adjustments. Better that than just trying to get 100% before you even get into the sim. So. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure you smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you'll know when the next video comes out or when I go into live stream. And in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the software, the WinWing software, and calibrating both this and the stick. And then in the fourth video, we'll get some gameplay footage from DCS and with the gear. But that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.